I know the answer to this, but how are you giving, especially your past clients, the VIP experience when it comes to scheduling with you? Because you're in high demand in Pittsburgh.
Yes. Yeah. So I really want the clients that I've photographed in the past. So if I've photographed their families, children, even their business headshots, they get, I say, first dibs on my calendar. So they get notified in January that my schedule will be coming out around March 1st.
Okay.
And then when that happens, they get a text and email that day that the schedule is released. So those current clients get the dates that I have entered into my Acuity scheduling.
Okay.
For the girls' sessions, I've already secured hair and makeup.
Okay.
And so that day, I say it's like Ticketmaster.
I
they
love
click.
that comparison.
Yes, I like to feel like important that day. So I hear like ding, 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 the email's coming in and they're booking.
Awesome.
And I let that stay open for about a week.
Okay.
Usually a little less because they're on it right away.
Yep.
And then after that, clients that have inquired but have never had a session with me, they book the next, I call it the second wave. So the first wave is current clients. The second wave is clients that have inquired.
Got it. Okay, so that, and for everybody following along, that's really lovely, but there's a lot that goes into that.
Yes.
And logistically to figure that out.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, and I hope that everybody heard what she said, you are releasing your schedule.
Yes.
You are making it available. You aren't just constantly available.
No.
So you're creating this exclusivity.
Yes.
To, first of all, your current clients. So there's a tremendous value in being somebody who has worked with you in the past.
Yes.
That also takes internal tracking.
Mm-hmm.
That also takes keeping separate the people who have inquired and making sure including the first wave. So well-oiled machine, let's go back to that. So in 15 years, you probably weren't able to do that from day one. This has to have been something that's developed over time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm just an organized person to begin with.
Got it.
So it was something as simple as getting my kids are older now, they're in high school, but when they were not, I borrowed a neighbor's yearbook. So I went through and looked, because I photographed mostly seniors, made sure that those clients that I knew, they had my schedule first, or for somebody that I know but didn't photograph, I also let them know that my schedule was out.
Got it.
So just as simple as the yearbook.
Awesome. And when was that? That was like in the very, very early days?
Yeah.
Wow.
Probably 10 years ago.
I just learned something about you.
Yeah.
That's impressive. But that's what it takes.
Yeah.
If you want to be successful, things don't just come automatically. Like, you have to do research.
Yeah.
And especially now in this day and age with, back when I had my studio, you could purchase a list, or you could get a list from the school or whatever. Like that, those days are gone.
No.
So you have to have ways of finding people out, and the way that you're separating into buckets and waves, like you call them, and then filling out your schedule.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I mean, so in the spring, you essentially are booked for the year.
Yeah, definitely through August.
Yeah, that's
September
awesome.
is usually the last to fill.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you said that with your girl sessions that makeup is included. So tell us about the percentage split between photographing guys and girls, how you know which sessions to book makeup for. Like, how do you manage that on the schedule end of it?
I kind of look at my schedule in January for the whole year. So if I know it's a session that's coming up on my vacation, I might put a boy in there because they're easier to reschedule, due to rain.
Got it.
Because they don't require hair and makeup. So I look at the schedule that way. And determine, and usually it's about 70% girls.
Okay.
But this year I had an influx of boys because my son is in that senior class.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
And you don't want to disregard boys. I mean, they're awesome. They're fun to photograph. They have moms who dearly love them, and dads too.
Yeah.
But definitely don't forget about the guys. So when people are booking with you, so you send out this first wave, say March 1st. Is that accurate? Okay. and you're giving your VIPs or your past clients like a week or two-ish maybe to book.
And I tell them that they are a VIP. So in January, I say, you are on the VIP list.
Okay.
So they know.
There's a lot of power to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So then when people are going in and scheduling those sessions, are you taking any sort of a retainer? If so, like what do you collect? The session fee, okay.
And for girls, that would include hair and makeup as well.
Got it, okay. So then for hair and makeup, that is part of the session charge, so they're paying you and then you're paying your makeup artist. So you have a really good relationship with your makeup artist because you're sending a lot of business her way.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So hour-wise, how long do you schedule for a guy versus a girl, including the makeup time?
So for a girl, it's about 6 hours. So
wow.
They start at the hair and makeup studio, which is about 15 minutes from my photo studio. That lasts about an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and a half, and then travel time.
Okay.
And then they arrive at my studio for their yearbook headshot. So the school district that I'm in still requires a formal yearbook portrait.
Okay.
So the girls wear an off-the-shoulder black top, and the guys wear a suit and tie.
Okay.
So for guys, my session time is about 4 hours because it's minus the 2 hours for hair and makeup.
Okay. Do you ever get pushback from guys on that? Are they like, oh, Mom, I don't want to do that for 4 hours? Or is it just because of your style?
Yeah.
They do push back?
I can relate. I have an 18-year-old son, so I know it's going to be fast, and we're going to be moving, and they're just going to forget that they're getting their photo taken.
Yeah,
sure. And they have fun.
Yeah. So you're just to clarify. So it doesn't matter if it's a guy or girl. You were starting at your studio.
Yes.
Getting that formal headshot indoor portrait done. So first outfit inside.
Yep.
Boom, quick. I'm assuming you're probably choosing the image while they're there.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Perfect. And
I either shoot tethered or I just put the memory card in because it's not that many. It's just one shot and they turn to the right or the left.
Yep.
And then we select that yearbook photo there, or at least narrow it down to their top 3 to 5 images. Then at the ordering appointment after the session, we finalize that selection.
Cool. And then you provide that for the yearbook
yes.
later on.
Yes.
Perfect.